Ja Morant took over the game. Like, that's what superstars do. And anytime you have a player like Ja Morant, you have a chance any given night.
But again, you got a little dust. I don't know what happened. Just give it a try.
Imagine being so loyal to your teammate, you'd risk getting ejected just to have their back. That's exactly what Ja Morant did, and it's blowing people's minds. This video breaks down every second of Ja's face-off with Johnson. You'll see how a simple play turned into a full-court confrontation. We're talking about the kind of intensity that makes you feel like you're right there on the court. Get ready to see why Ja's actions have everyone talking. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great! Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Do you know what's amazing? Observing Ja Morant's ascent to NBA greatness was akin to being a fly on the wall. He goes from being this obscure student at a tiny university 1 second. After this, bam! In 2019, he will be selected with the 2nd overall pick. What a dramatic change. Ja was killing it on the court, so let's talk about that. This is going to be a highlight reel for days, folks.
Important, but like, it was so simple last night. Put the ball in your best player's hands and watch him go to work.
He was effortlessly pulling off seemingly impossible shots while soaring into the air. He wasn't merely competent, he was revolutionizing the industry. However, that was before Ja's crossover sped up the change. Like a mountain of dirty laundry, his off-court problems began to mount. Envision yourself floating in midair 1 minute and at the summit of the planet the next. Ja went through that very thing. Somebody must have switched the label from superstar to troublemaker all of a sudden. He was suspended for reasons that may shock you. It reads like a screenplay, but it's actually happening. Imagine this. Ja was caught on camera in a Denver nightclub displaying a gun in March 2023. The NBA is taking things seriously. He will sit out 8 games. But hold on a second. As if things couldn't get any wilder, Ja pulls it off again in May. Enough is enough for the league. They banish him with a 25-game absence. Games are not paid for. We've lost a lot of money, you know. Ja, however, is not giving up. This is the most important part. He's hell-bent on fixing things. It's as if we are seeing the unfolding of a true tale of redemption. What caused Ja to lose it and confront Keon Johnson, you may ask? You won't believe the answer. July 2022 is where it all began. At Ja's house, an adolescent gets into an argument as they're playing pickup basketball. As a matter of fact, violence ensues shortly after. Court hears Ja's self-defense claim. In December of 2023, you won't believe what happens next. A judge finds in Ja's favor. According to them, he enjoys a presumption of civil immunity in Nashville, Tennessee. While it's a relief, the harm to his reputation is a concern. To resolve that, a judge's ruling will not be sufficient. Do you recall our earlier speculation on whether Ja may regain her status as a skyrocketing superstar? To be more precise, he rocketed past it rather than merely returning to it. Imagine this. When Ja returns to the court following his suspension, the entire arena seems to be on the verge of a nervous breakdown. After that, what occurred? Everyone was shocked, to put it mildly. It was just mind-blowing how fantastic Ja was in his first game back. The audience was so captivated by his explosive performance that they completely forgot he was ever absent. The most insane thing is, he was named the Western Conference's Player of the Week in addition to his stellar performance. You'd have to have skipped half the semester to do that. This is much more than simply numbers, though.
But it was just for one night, like, take everything else aside. It was such a good vibe bounce back because dire straits.
You can feel the energy shift whenever Ja steps foot on the court. It's as if the entire arena was suddenly connected to an electrical outlet. His teammates are pumped up, the crowd is going absolutely bonkers, and the other team even appears a bit nervous. That's powerful. You would think that after this everything would be easy, wouldn't you? Absolutely not. Critics are still keeping a close eye on Ja. Do you recall the confrontation with Keon Johnson?
But for Keon Johnson, that's number 2.
It's as if you're witnessing the imminent explosion of a powder keg. You may use a knife to slice through the thick strain, but things really start to heat up now that Ja isn't only playing, he is really dominating.
As though you put it on your own shoulders to make sure this team responded tonight. How much do you put it on yourself?
A lot.
Ja Morant took over the game. Like, that's what superstars do. And anytime you have a player like Ja Morant, you have a chance any given night.
Here we are talking about anything from triple doubles to game winners. Picture this. He scores 26 points, adds 14 assists, and grabs 10 rebounds in a game against the Milwaukee Bucks. Wow, those are some impressive video game figures. Ja is transforming the team's energy and winning games at the same time.
Beat them last year with the zombiest of the zombie Grizz. The Bucks are in a bad place. That is another very important component to last night.
The Grizzlies' 6-19 record before his return made them look like a pitiful puppy. However, the moment Ja steps foot on the court, boom. In a row, they've won 4 games. He must have bestowed some sort of enchanted dust upon the squad. Want to know what's even more insane, though? A target is on Ja's back while he does all this. There is intense scrutiny of his every action, both on and off the court.
But again, you got a little dust. I don't know what happened. Look at the crowd.
It's basketball at the end of the day. My job, offensively is to put him in the best position possible where he can be effective. And
during a game, he once made a motion that several players mistook for a gunshot. The tension was palpable, even though Ja said it was only a dance move. We are witnessing Ja Morant's comeback narrative unfold before our eyes right now. He has returned and he has excelled beyond anything before. Nobody can deny that the Grizzlies are riding high right now. Now that Ja is back, he is not messing around. Can he maintain this level of play while remaining out of trouble off the field? That is the major concern. Sure thing, the NBA is more thrilling than ever before thanks to Ja Morant's incredible comeback. Ja Morant's return to the spotlight then. We have a long way to go, everyone. For all your hopes that he's recovered, suddenly he's not. He takes a hammering from a shoulder injury that will ruin his season. He is benched once more after 9 games. It was quite an emotional roller coaster. The trouble is, though, Ja is determined to keep going. In his endless rebirth, he resembles a phoenix. Almost everyone is wondering this one thing.
With the push, Pippen goes down.
I'd like to see where we go from here.
Got really spooky with Ja's triple-double. He became the 5th player in NBA history to get one on Halloween and the 1st since James Harden in 2021.
Off the court, is he able to maintain a clean nose? I mean, the lawsuit resulting from the altercation during the pickup game is still weighing on him. Seems like he's always getting in trouble. However, you know what's really crazy? Despite everything that has happened, Ja is resolute in his goal to grow from his errors. He is actually doing what he says he would do. Having Ja Morant soar through the air has made the NBA much more entertaining. It's as if we're all spectators in a live-action superhero film, eagerly awaiting the next twist.